Hello everyone, my name is Great Eagle Sim Pilot. I'm a real world A320 captain bringing my love for aviation and flight simulation to all you wonderful people out there. How are y'all doing this evening? Welcome to a delayed turn and burn. I'm sorry I had to postpone last night's turn and burn Tuesday and delayed again until this evening, but was celebrating a friend's birthday, and the celebration lasted a little bit longer than we were anticipating. So, um, yeah, that's the real reason why I had to delay the stream. But we're here tonight. We're gonna turn a burn. We're gonna go from Detroit to Buffalo in the beautiful Delta A319. I see we have Lengy in the chat that says, I don't use the 737. One of these days, Lengy. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there for sure. Let's see. Is the sim volume up high enough for you all? I don't think it's up there. Alrighty. Without further ado, I try to get everything going as on time as possible. Let's go ahead and hop into the flight deck here. We'll go into our iPad, import our stuff from SimBrief. There we go. And let's go ahead and load the aircraft, boarding, GSX boarding, and refueling. So that looks good. 145 people. Excellent. We'll let that go ahead and start doing its thing there. We'll go up to the overhead panel, get the IRs 1, 2, and 3 aligned. Come on down and get the recorder ground control on, and we'll go ahead and test that CVR. There we go. That sounds good. Everything else on that panel looks good. Let's test the engine fire indications. That was engine 1, APU. And lastly, engine 2. That all sounds good. The rest of the center overhead panel looks good for now. Yeah, that all looks good. Let's go ahead and get the APU going. Excellent. We'll arm the emergency lights coming on over to the first officer side. Turn the PA to the 3 o'clock position. That should be good. We're in data mode. That's not good. Everything else on his side looks well. We'll come on down to the glare shield. All the lights are extinguished. Let's pull the current altimeter setting here. In Detroit, it looks like it is 3007. So we'll put 007 in there. We'll set that once. We'll set it twice. And we'll set it thrice. Here we go. Everything else there looks good. We're in constraints. Arc 10 nautical miles with the flight directors on. Don't need the VRs or the ADFs. The center FCU here, we got digits displayed. Dashes or digits displayed. We want to be in heading vertical speed with all the push buttons off. Same thing on the first officer's EFIS there. We want to be in constraint 10 nautical miles arc. We don't need the ADFs for VORs, and we got the flight directors on. All of his push buttons are off over there. Coming down to the main instrument panel. From left to right, we have the PFD on the left, ND on the right. ISIS is aligned, upper cam display and lower ECAM display are in the correct orientation. Now, brake fan is off, landing gear is down, nozzle steering is on. Let's see, our date and time are approximately correct. There we go, with the gear lever in the down position, no red light. On the first officer side, ND's on the left, PFD's on the right. We can adjust, I'm going to just dim those a little bit. Not really that important. Don't worry about those too much. This seems like an appropriate level of brightness on my side. For the center pedestal here, we're going to come on down. We got the CFM 56.5B6 engines. That's good. The database is... this is the last day for it, so I'll try to update that tomorrow. That way we have the latest and greatest database for the stream whenever I stream tomorrow. Probably tomorrow afternoon, I'm thinking. So that looks good. Let's go to the init page. We'll get the init request going. For our radio here, it is on. Let me go ahead and get the CTAF here for Detroit. That's going to be 135.0. go ahead and put that in there. There we go. So 135.0, that's for Detroit. That looks good. ACP looks good. Integral and floodlighting looks good. Wind shear is, the predictive wind shear is off. And the weather radar is off as well. Coming over to the center, the pedestal here. We'll go ahead and recall any abnormal messages. We'll clear that. Let's check our fluids real quick. 16.5 looks good. Our hydraulics look good as well. No weird status messages. And we have oxygen in the tank. Thrust levers at idle, engine masters are off, and mode is norm. Speed brakes are disarmed. The flaps are up. We got digits in our rotor trim window here with the gravity gear extension stowed. Coming on over to the first officer's McDo, we'll just assume that the database is correct. I'll go to AOC menu, received messages, and load sheet. And we will accept. There we go. So I'll leave that there for now. Put him on a number 1 radio. That looks good. Everything else on his ACP looks good. The transponder, let's go ahead and put our auto ATC squawk code of 5164. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll clear this out to 5164, and we'll turn the mode C on so that we can be seen should someone come online. Okay, and then lastly, we can check our alternate braking system here. So we'll go ahead, depress both pedals, release the brake. We'll let the left pedal go, back up, back down, right pedal, back down. All right, both of them move simultaneously, or they move immediately, fluidly, no sticking, none of that. So that looks good. And the pressure in the accumulator has dropped a little bit, but when they close the cargo doors, it's going to go right back up. So I'm not too worried about that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into programming the FMC here. We're going to be Delta Airlines, DAL, flight 3318. Going from, let's see, we need a cost index of, where are we indexing at? 40. We'll be cruising along at 25,000 feet with a ISO deviation of -3, so 30 degrees colder, so that's going to be 41. So -41. Current ground temperature. We look here. Whether the current ground temperature is looking like it's 9 degrees, so we'll go ahead and put 9 degrees in there. Excellent. Go on over to page 2. Let's see, we're looking at a zero fuel weight of 122.5 and a CG of 29.9%. There we go. A block fuel of 18.8. There we go. And let's go ahead and zero out our route reserve and our alternative Rochester 2.0. 2.0 is our alternate fuel. So we'll go ahead and put that in there so that we don't have a negative number. Excellent. Let's go ahead and begin inserting our route. I think they said they're using 2-1s. Yeah, 2-1 right. So that's what we'll use for departure, 2-1 right. We'll go ahead and do that. It's going to be on the Howie 4 with the what is it? Brook transition. Excellent. That looks good. We'll insert that. Buffalo is landing on runway 23, so we'll go ahead and do that. There's no stars, so don't have to worry about that. And let's see. What are the approach fees going to be? We'll just say Trava. How about that? So the approach vias will be Trava. And we'll go ahead and insert that. Excellent. What I will do is since we're here on the ground, this is so much easier when you're here on the ground. We'll do DKK minus no, actually DKK is about 30 miles away, 32 miles or so. So we'll just make a crossing restriction over DKK for 250 knots and 10,000 feet. So we'll go ahead and put that in there, 10,250 knots. That'll be a descent. We'll insert that. And it took. So that looks good. Excellent. There's a hold at Treva. Okay. Maybe I don't put in the VIA then, because it wants to do the full approach. I don't want to do the full approach. We'll just insert that. It's probably still going to have Treva in there anyway. Yep, Treva Clump Buffalo. There we go. Let's go ahead and throw in some wins, and let's look and get some performance numbers, shall we? Sinker preliminary load sheet. Actually, no, that's the wrong runway. We said 21 right. 21 right. There we go. 142.9. There it is. So we're good there. 280. Yeah, we won't take a headwind. Yeah, we don't. I wonder if I just hit variable, if that would do anything. It might not. Yeah, I don't know why that's a button if you can't use it for calculations. Alrighty, so we'll calculate that out and we will send that to the McDo. Winds are uplinked. Excellent. Performance looks good. We'll go next page, next page, next page. 290 descent. Secondary flight plan. We'll go ahead and copy the active. And that is going to be about everything there. What we can do now is we can go ahead and verify the routes in a box should match what our flight plan route is here. So we'll step through. We want to check the SID first, the Howie. So we'll bring that up. What do we have here in the big magenta box? Maintain 280 until assigned by ATC. No TC is online, so not going to worry too much about that with a top altitude of 17,000 feet. Again, no ATC online, so we'll climb right on up to 25,000 feet. There we go. So that should be good. Let's go ahead and look here at the Trava. We'll depart on a 216 heading, and then we'll turn to a 175 course to Winers. That's going to be at or about 2,500 feet and 230 knots. Then we get UC at about 4,000 feet. And then Surf at or below 7,000 feet. And then from there, we'll go to Howie. So, no, Malt B. At or above 2,200 feet. Don't know why that's so low. I have no clue. Maybe you're like an A380 going halfway around the world, and that's a hard restriction for you to make. I don't know. That's weird. And then lastly, we have Howie, and then Broke. From there, we'll proceed direct to DKK. And from there is direct to the airport. So if I really wanted to, I could put KBUF right here. Let's scroll down. Yep, and that will connect us straight to the airport. That looks good. Of course, we're going to give ourselves radar vectors, but that is what it is. Excellent. So that is all done. APU should be on. Let's go ahead and get that going. Turn external power off. IRs are aligned. Ground power is on so it can catch our briefing and checklist, or the recorder ground control is on so it can catch our briefing and our checklist. There we go. Our EFIS is all set up there. Our parking brake is on. We're going to check that triple indicator one more time. ECP is set, RMP is set there. Let's go ahead and check our position here. Bring up the chart. Detroit is at 4212.7, 4212.9. That's good. And West 083, 21.2. So we got 083, 21.2. That's good. Indy looks good. We'll turn on a terrain on Indy. We have on our PFD V1, V2, climate nav or blue, flight directors 1 and 2, and our oxygen is checked. Sweet. We can go ahead and get into briefing our Ghost FO. Ghost FO, are you ready for a briefing? Yep. Excellent. Do you have any threats? Even though it's not on the map, just taxiing around here, you have this cluster of intersections that could be confusing to navigate through. Otherwise, I don't really have any threats. Yeah, we'll taxi slow and make our way to the runway via the correct taxiways here. I'm planning on taxiing via Golf or cross runway 27 right, and then we'll take Victor and then Mike down to the end, and then you get this little extra de-icing area at the end. So you want to make sure we turn on the Mike 6 there, not keep going. That way we get to the end of the runway. When we do get there, plan on doing a flaps 1 flex takeoff. Standard reject considerations. Do you have any questions about what we reject for? Nope. Okay, if we lose an engine after V1, we'll continue straight ahead about 5,000 feet. We'll clean up the aircraft, work the ECAM, and plan on returning back to, yeah, well, we could do 2-1 left. That's 10,001 feet. If we need more runway, 2-2 left is also really long. So pretty much 2-2 right, 2-2 left, or 2-1 left. All very long runways that we can come back to. Otherwise, we'll continue out on the SID. We're going to climb all the way up to flight level 250. We have Unicom in the standby there, and we're squawking 5164. Do you have anything you want to add to our briefing? Nope. Excellent. Well, let's see. Let's go up to the overhead. Fueling is complete. So we get all of that off. Well, external power is off. That looks good. Seatbelt sign is on. We'll go ahead and get the beacon on. Let's go ahead and check our fuel on board. Balance pumps are going. Hydraulics are all good. Pressurization, we are in auto with the correct landing elevation. And lastly, we do have the engine oil. That all looks good there. Whenever you're ready, let's do a before start checklist. Recorder ground control is on. Flight forms and AML on board. Reviewed aircraft 333. Fuel quantity. Somewhere down here. Yeah, it is. 18.8 required, 18.7 on board. Takeoff performance we have 136, 137, 141. Flex 58, oxygen's checked. Seatbelt sign is on. ECAM's checked. Park brake on and checked. MCDU set, altimeters 3007, and our departure briefing has been reviewed. The before start checklist is complete. We got 4 slides armed. Let's go ahead and close the door. Verify that it is closed and locked. We got 4 armed slides. We have P, A, N, T, and S right there. And our beacon light is on. We are ready to go. I think GSX needs us to do... Oh no, GSX needs us to disconnect the GPU. There we go. Excellent. So it's ready whenever we're ready. I'll give it one more second though. That's not the button I wanted. There we go. Return, accept the load sheet. There we go. We'll go ahead and release the parking brake. Oh, it didn't give us an option at all of which direction to go. Where are you going? Yes. All right, that was weird. I might have to restart. Okay, it should be restarting Codal. Eek. Alrighty. Let's see. We are at 122.6. So 122.6 and 29.9%. So that's good. It loaded up pretty much exactly how it should be. Alrighty. So let's see. Free text. Okay, let's you know what? Bump that. What we'll do is we will just do this connect to tug. And we'll go straight back. Alright. I'll release the brake. See if it goes backwards. I have no clue what GSX, where they were going to take me. What were you going to do? Let's see a tug hooked up. Well, I actually have to hit the backwards arrow for it to work. There we go. So we'll just go straight back. I won't try to do anything fancy because I don't know. The arrows aren't showing up, so not worried about it. We'll just go straight back to the second line. That'll give me room to turn. All right, let's go ahead and turn these engines, shall we? All right, that looks good. We are fully stopped. And go ahead and set the brake there. Looks like we have a good start on that engine. Let's go ahead and watch the other engine start up. Alright, looks like we have, wait for it, 2 good engine starts. Whenever you're ready, we can go laps 1. We'll turn the temperature down a little bit. There we go. Let's see, bring up any statuses. Nope, after start checklist. Oh, it's still showing. Did I not disconnect the tug? Thought I did. There we go. Now we're good to go. Let's see, after start checklist. We don't need the engine anti-ice. The status has been checked. And our rotor trim is 0. After start checklist is complete. We are clear on the left, clear on the right. Here we go. We'll begin our taxi. bring up our diagram here. Yeah, not doing anything crazy. We'll just take golf here. Detroit traffic, Delta 3318 is taxiing runway 21 right via Golf. Victor Mike will be crossing runway 27, Detroit traffic. There we go, that call has been made. And I'll get rid of this real quick so I can do a flight control check. Alrighty. Pull up. Pull down. Neutral. Pull left. Pull right. Neutral. Rudders. Pull left. Pull right. It's weird that I can go right easier than left. And yeah, full right. Or left, and then full right. Neutral. Excellent. Detroit traffic, Delta 3318, crossing runway 27 right on Golf, Detroit traffic. Alrighty, so let's look up, clear left. This is the left, and that is the right. Let's go ahead and cross 27 right, crossing 27 right. There we go. Alrighty. We'll continue our little before takeoff flow here. Excellent. And once I make this first turn, we can start doing our before takeoff checklist. Alright, before takeoff checklist, flaps, one plan, one indicated. Oop, I forgot to run the trim. Should be about right there. Alright, one planned and one indicated. Takeoff data and speeds are all checked. Weight, we have 141.2, and we were looking at 140.9. 140.9. All right, stab trim. We were looking at 28.0% and 28.0%. Flight controls checked. DCAM memo. Let's take off. No blue. We are to the line. Let's go ahead and go below the line, shall we? Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff. All right, below the line, runway and FMS. I have runway 21 right in the box on my screen and out the window. That's checked. The minimum takeoff fuel. We come over here, double check our fuel numbers one last time. 15.2 required. 18.5 is on board. Flight attendants are notified. Engine mode, norm, TCAS, TARA. Well, now it's TARA. Before takeoff checklist is complete. I don't know why I was getting ready to say to the line again. I think I said that a few nights ago too. So I don't know why I'm getting that all mixed up. I went and adjusted earlier today the tension on my on the spring for my rudder pedal, so I gave it a little bit more tension. I actually kind of like it. It has a much better feel of where it's centered at now, so that's nice. Not like I didn't have a good feeling before, just I can definitely feel where the center is now. And hopefully, as I reach those more extreme ends of full deflection, I get more tension on the pedals. So I give that a little bit more of a realistic force. I mean, I wouldn't want to call it force feedback, but a little bit more of a realistic feedback than just having untensioned rudder pedals that you can freely move around. Alrighty, it looks like we are the only one around. Final does appear to be clear. The runway appears to be clear. Detroit traffic, Delta 3318 will be departing runway 21 right on a Highway 4 departure. We'll be departing to the east, Detroit traffic. Alright, so our calls have been made. Everyone is notified. Let's go ahead and get things going, shall we? All right. Turning onto the runway, entering runway 21 right. I'll turn the sound volume up for you here. There we go, the sim volume that is. Hopefully it's not too loud, and we shall get this departure going. All right, 50% on the thrust, half down on the side stick. That looks good. Flex, thrust, set. $80 checked. On, rotate. Positive rate, you're up. Climb is set. Up after takeoff checklist. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and turn autopilot 1 on, and let's go ahead and disarm the spoilers there. After takeoff checklist, our landing gear is up, the flaps are up, and we are pressurizing. That looks good. The after takeoff checklist is complete. Is it me or did all the bass drop from here? Because it doesn't... Like, it sounds like there's no bass. You know, that from when you're behind the engine, how you get that like low bassy grungle. I don't know how to call it. We'll just do an open climb here. There we go, and we'll get engine anti-ice on. That looks good. Like the engines themselves sound good. But yeah, I'm missing the bass from the back there. That's super weird. I don't think it has anything to do with my settings. Although, let's find out real quick if there's a setting that I'm missing. Settings. Sound. No. Yes. I have headphones on. No. Everything's the way I usually do it. And let's see. Let me go here and reconnect, because for some reason when you do that, it automatically disconnects you. Excellent. So back on the servers there. Let's go ahead and switch on over to Unicom. Excellent. Let's see. Max Racing says, hey, great. How are you doing, Max? Welcome. Big cheers to you. Tonight's drink of choice is a sour apricot peach. So, there you go. Are you ever going to refly the A300? I've been loving 2024 so much. I haven't tested it out in 2024 yet. One, and then two, the biggest reason I haven't flown the A300 or A310 is I have yet to bust out my my Bravo throttle quadrant over 310. Alright, so. Nope. Hit that one too many times. That's why I clicked that one. I've been trying to use the scroll wheel. I guess I won't do that anymore. Yes, it's weird. I'm like missing bass. I don't know what it is. I know the Fenix has some random sound issues, like or just drop sounds sometimes. So they're still trying to get it up to 2024 code. It's still technically a beta, so it is what it is. But yeah, the reason I haven't flown like the 777 or well, the 777's not in 2024, so that's why I haven't done that. But the A300 or the A310 or even the Max is I don't have my my honeycomb throttle set up in 2024 quite yet, so it'd be different. I probably would have it set up already if they had just made the interface so much easier to use. I don't know why the controls interface in 2024 has to be so darn complicated, man. Like, taken, 2020 was good. It was the UI looked good, and it's pretty simple to understand how to set everything up. Still, I think in terms of like being able to set up controls, I think X-Plane takes the cake. They really do have a more X-Plane's UI isn't the prettiest looking, but it's definitely an efficient way to get your hardware set up. And switch between different hardwares and stuff like that. So, Microsoft is doing their best. And I think some of their profiles are like plug and play. So like if you plugged in, a Thrustmaster Boeing throttle, it should recognize it and kind of already have like a generic profile set up for it. So you should be able to use it out the box, but it's all the other stuff you want to do, the fine tuning and tweaking of what controls you want to do what. That's really where, you can dive into a really, really deep hole in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Ooh, the drink tonight is a pink lemonade. Hey, Max Reason, I don't envy you there. A nice pink lemonade, especially down where you are, where it's probably went straight from winter to summer there, I'm assuming. So pink lemonade definitely is in order. Let's see, okay, so Toronto Center is still online. We'll see if they want me to contact them here anytime soon. We have Aviation Edits. Hey, how are you doing, Aviation Edits? Welcome to the stream. Big cheers to you, my friend. As I was telling Max Racing, drink of the night, the sour peach apricot. So big cheers to you there, Aviation Edits. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so you said, yeah, it definitely went from winter straight into summer there. Yeah, I'd agree. The Houston area can be you get all the types of weather in Houston. The good, the bad, the ugly. Anything happen on any of your recent trips? No, didn't have anything like crazy happen on any of my recent trips, which is really good. I like it when things don't happen, but very, very much interesting. My first officer, he had a brace on his ankle, and I was like, okay. And so he ended up he was out of work for, I think, just over a month. Man, I'm looking at my audio here in the flight simulator. Okay, it really is because I've lost base. This should switch to the other side. Yeah. Alrighty. Obviously the base factor is gone. Let me turn the volume down. Forgot to turn that back down after we took off. There we go. Excellent. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get our wing light off. Turn the seatbelt sign off. I think we're through 18, right? Yeah, we definitely are. Transition standard. Set once, set twice, and set thrice. There we go. All right. He had a brace on his ankle, and it turns out he ended up getting it because for being out for just about a month or so, maybe just over a month. He had to be on leave for his ankle. And how did he sprain his ankle so badly? Pickleball. He had pickleball. That's a pickleball injury. I'm like, you would think with pickleball being, a sport that it's like, I don't know, I assume pickleball is like a scaled down tennis, right? So you don't have to run nearly as hard or go as nearly as fast as you would in tennis, because it's a smaller court, right? So I've never played pickleball. I don't know how hard it is, but it is what it is. So I absolutely was like, man, you got to take it easy playing pickleball. That's my father-in-law first time playing pickleball, tore his ACL. Kid you not. It's a whole surgery he had to go through, and he was down and out for like a long time. So I told him that story. I was like, you don't want to do something crazy, man. So take it easy playing pickleball, where you can still come out here and work and fly and have fun and still be gainfully employed, because our health is everything in this industry. It says the Aviation Edit says you fly a 777. I have the 777 and Flight Sim 2020. I'm actually looking forward to it coming out in 2024. I really can't wait for it, since I do almost all my flying in 2024 now. So I'm really looking forward to that. So if I do get my Bravo throttle quadrant all set up, then A300, A310, 777, possibly even the 73 Max, because I don't have the PMDG 737, so it would have to be like the Asobo Max 8. I don't know how bad or good that is. I don't know. Like I would know a difference between either one of them. But yeah, when I do get those set up, expect another 777 stream, especially with the 200. Can't wait for the 200 to come out, so that'd be fun. That'd be great to take on short hops and stuff like that. One interesting place that I saw a 777 was in Orlando. I don't know where this 777 comes from, but it's a domestic flight, I can tell you that much. Or I think it's a domestic flight, but United flies a 777 into Orlando. So that beast taxiing around. Let's see, Air Canada, they fly 777. Saw the 777 there in Orlando. So Orlando is definitely a hot spot, like year round. Here's what I was gonna do: get some in-flight entertainment going for us here. There we go. Need to turn that all the way up. Hopefully you all can hear that there. You say, do companies have any restrictions on ankle braces, crutches, or is it a pilot AME thing? I really do think it's a pilot AME thing. So I think once your AME kind of clears you, then you're good to go. Obviously, the biggest thing is like, are you going to be useful to me if we lose an engine at V1? That's the biggest thing I care about, you know. And so long as he can do that, you're good to go. So it wasn't like the biggest brace. It was actually, you would never have known he had a brace on, because it was it fit just, it was very thin, very small, very thin, and it was just big enough or just small enough to go inside of a shoe as well. So no one would have been able to know he had a brace on. And the only difference for him is he didn't walk as fast as he used to. So that was really the biggest difference there. Otherwise, you would have never known. And at least with our company, when it comes to like medical things, there's like an entire staff department, whatever you want to call it, that you can call that department, and if you have an issue, and they will go and figure out what you need to do to save yourself from being medically disqualified. So that's a huge resource to have, especially when you know, as we age, our bodies start failing us, and you don't want to have a procedure that's not FAA authorized, right? So for example, way back in the day when LASIK was just becoming a thing, right? Well, it wasn't like certified by the FAA. So if you went and got LASIK done, you could have medically disqualified yourself. Now, it's such a common thing nowadays that the FAA does allow it, but you know, prior to that, if you got LASIK, the procedure wasn't a proven procedure yet, so the FAA didn't really know, like, you know, would this be a hindrance to your vision in the future. Turns out it's a pretty safe procedure, and it's done, you know, hundreds of times a day all over the world, if not thousands of times a day all over the world. So you know, that's just one of those things. The more the FAA learns about certain things and certain conditions, the less restrictions the more they peel back some of the restrictions there. So that's but yeah, let's say you wanted to back in the day get that LASIK procedure done. Well, if you didn't know that LASIK wasn't approved, then you call up this medical department. Well, they'd be able to look into it and say, nah, don't get LASIK. Instead, get PRK. PRK, for some reason, I don't know, like, it was seen, even though it was slightly riskier than LASIK, because I think PRK has to deal with, like, grinding your eye into shape. It's very different. It was seen as more of a safer option in terms of like not losing your vision all the way. I have no clue why they thought PRK was safer than LASIK, but now pretty much PRK is done and gone away with. LASIK, especially with a laser now, it's literally the standard. All right, so there's no arrival in here. We'll do the ILS to 2.3. We'll back it up, or the visual approach to 2.3. We'll back it up with the ILS here. Let's go and double check our weather. It's showing VFR there. Yeah, working at 3,000. Okay, so it's kind of IFR-ish, but it's marginal. It's marginal VFR. So VFR-ish is what we'll call that. Visual backed up with the ILS. Runway 23, auto brakes low, flaps will be full, and let's go ahead and we've reviewed that. We have IBUF 111.3 tablet. So we have IBUF 111.3, 30-degree GLISO, 235. That's close enough for me. Let's go into progress. We want Buffalo, runway 23, BUF, runway 23. Excellent. And performance, over, and let's go ahead and get you. Yeah. Oh, weather. They're using 2.3 and 3.2. What's the winds? 310 at 9. Yeah, we'll put that in. Temperature is 4 degrees, nice and chilly. And the altimeter is 3003. 3. And our minimums are going to be 926. Go ahead and put that in there. Excellent. All of that's set, ready to go. I'll go ahead and put my 10,250 knots in. So we got 10,000. Go ahead and manage that up. We begin our descent on down with the fasten seatbelt sign back on. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why this sounds tweaked like that. Very interesting that, like, we lost all that bass back here. Oh well, this is actually the first time I feel like I've heard this happen. I knew, according to Fenix on their forums, that you know, there were some sound issues, and I had just never experienced it. It always sounded fine to me, but this was the first time I actually noticed that, like it just dropped the bass completely. Oh, let me see what the CTAF for Buffalo is. Buffalo, oh, no CTAF frequency for Buffalo. Okay, so we're going to be on Unicom the whole way in, even though Buffalo's an international airport. No, very, very interesting there that there's no CTAF frequency. Turn the engine anti-ice on for this little cloud layer we're about to go through. Get the wing light on as well, and let's go ahead and go transition 3003. So set once, set twice, and set thrice. There we go. Whenever you are ready, let's do a descent checklist, shall we? Altimeters, we have 3003. Auto brake is low. Our perfect pitch page is all set. The arrival briefing has been reviewed. There is no star. We'll be doing a visual and backing it up with ILS to runway 23. Our status is checked. Descent checklist is complete. That's very interesting. I wonder, so I did get an auto ATC message that said cross Dunkirk at and maintain 11,000, altimeter 3003. This says no separation services provided, but it really is interesting that it kind of gives you like a descent clearance. I wouldn't really call that a descent clearance though, but I mean, you know, it is what it is. Go ahead and clear this company message. All right. Airplane, you gotta think faster than I can. All right, there we go. Let's see. I guess I gotta announce myself in Unicom. Buffalo traffic at Delta 3318 is at 11,600, descending 10,000, about 8 miles to the west of Dunkirk. We'll be vectoring ourselves for the left downwind for runway 23, Buffalo traffic. I find that hard to believe that Buffalo really doesn't have a CTAF frequency. Try that one more time. Yeah, it doesn't have a CTAF frequency. Interesting. All right. So we're leveling off here at 10,000 feet. We're slowing at 250 knots, which is perfectly fine. All is looking good. I'll go ahead and pre-select 250 here. Go ahead and pull that. And we'll come down here and activate our approach phase. Let's get all of our lights on. And we can let them know we're entering sterile. We're head towards the airport for just a little bit there. I don't want to bring the range down a little bit, maybe. Yeah, there we go. We could just barely see Buffalo in the distance there. Excellent. I think Niagara Falls is somewhere down there. All right, we got 250 knots. Let's go ahead and... Well, I'll hang out here for a little bit. I'll pre-select... All stars gone. So I'll pre-select like 3,000. Yeah, we'll pre-select... yeah. No. Let's go on a flight plan here. Clump. Where's Clump? Oh, that's the locator auto marker. Is that 2,300 or is that 2,100? All right. So a locator auto marker is at 2,100. So yeah, we'll do 3,000 for now. And let's go ahead and take our heading over, and let's turn ever so slightly to the right here. We'll call it like a 070 heading. Just start putting ourselves in the downwind. Look insane around here. I wonder if there's actual rain on our route. Let me see. Can I throw the weather radar on? Nope. No rain. Let me zoom out. No rain across the entire US? Get out of here. Okay. Some of the plains that were the yeah, I guess I would call that the plains area. Has a little bit of rain there. The Rockies. It's got a little bit. Montana's got a little bit going on there. Other than that, it's a beautiful, well, clearly you got some of these buildups here. I do have live weather on, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Weather. Yeah, live. Sweet. The buildup looks nasty, though. Let's go 050 now. Put ourselves on a nice little downwind there. Plus, with our weather crosswind is, if you look at our, so this is what is really great about the Airbus. You can see what your heading is, which is fine, but you can see what your track is as well. So you see we got a wind from the left, so that is why our track doesn't line up with our heading, which is fine. I'll take I'll take a little bit more space between me and the final approach course here. What I can do as well is I can go direct to Trava and radial in off of that. Excellent. Well, I'll go ahead and execute that, and I'll pull the heading again. There we go. There's one thing I wanted to see real quick. Saw this one video. We never do this, so I don't know like why you would do this, but if they say if you're in track flight path angle and you turn the autopilot off, you have to turn the flight directors off. So let's go ahead and turn the autopilot off, see what happens. Yeah, nothing happens. Why? Or sorry, not the flight director. You have to turn the auto thrust. The auto thrust. It was something like the auto thrust will disengage. I'm like, I don't think it'll disengage. It stays in speed mode. So yeah, you have thrust on speed. I don't get what that video was talking about then, because you certainly. It was saying that if you don't turn off the flight directors to put the aircraft back in speed mode, the engines will roll back to idle. I was like, I have never heard that in my life. Do not know what this guy was talking about. Clearly he flies, or did fly Airbuses in a different country. So I don't know if there's Airbuses are set up like differently or not. I don't know. It was weird. But we can go ahead and throw that back on. Because I don't know why just putting it in track flight path angle would give you idle speed. That it makes no sense. Or maybe Airbus made an update to this so that doesn't happen anymore, because there was an accident that happened where they literally just stalled an airplane out of the sky. So that could be a reason. They made a software update and it will no longer do that. But it stays speed on thrust. I don't know. You have or thrust on speed, so you still have speed mode. It will still follow the auto thrust. It's still going to do whatever you set here. So I knew that it makes sense immediately, because our localizer approaches, you can turn off the autopilot and still get speed mode or auto thrust. So I don't know what this auto thrust mode has anything to do with this mode. They're like not connected at all. So maybe that's something I need to look more into. I have no clue, as I'm literally descending. All right, let's put you back into a normal thing. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and go down to 3,000. Stayed high enough for long enough. We'll go ahead and dip on down. I'll get the engines all the way down to idle. Let's go ahead and get our replay going. There we go. Took it a while to find itself. So this would be the landing in Buffalo. Recording is going. Let's go ahead and we'll pause our in-flight entertainment there. Excellent. Let's go ahead and get some speed brakes on. I should have probably descended a little bit earlier than this, but that's okay. I didn't want to be at like 3,000 feet for 40 miles buzzing that treetops, you know. Look at that wing just bounce around. Just bounce. I guess it would technically be jump, whatever. Alrighty, zoom that in just a little bit here. Let's go ahead and make our turn at heading of like 3. Let's call that 300. So not quite 90 degree, and we'll turn right into it. Yeah, keep going. Bring the speed brakes all the way in. The speed brakes element is still there. That base didn't leave. Alright. We'll slow it up to 210 knots. And we'll do like 260 to intercept. So we'll do a 260 to intercept. And we'll clear ourselves for the approach. Approach is armed, Cat 3 door. We'll below the clouds. I'm going to go ahead and turn the engine anti-ice off. That way we get engine's going back down. Flaps 1, speed verify. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's slow it on down again. We'll go 170. Now, actually, ooh, let's turn back. Let's do 280 to join. And we'll go 2000. Excellent. Flaps 2, speed verified. There we go. That's what I was waiting on. We got the loop capture. Glide slope capture. We can set the missed approach altitude. Missed approach altitude is going to be 3,000. Alrighty, gear down. Flaps 3, speed verified. And flaps full, speed verified, before landing checklist. Altimeters, we have 3003 and 2280. Engine mode, norm. Landing gear. Waiting for it to do its self-check here. There's a self-check. Down in 3 green, ECAM memo. Landing no blue. Before landing checklist is complete, there's beautiful downtown Buffalo in the foreground there, or the background I should say. I'm going to turn the sim volumes up. I will see you all on the ground.
1,000.
Stable. If this is a generic Buffalo, I'm gonna be so upset. I know Buffalo. My Buffalo scenery is working. Alright, I am starting to see the Pappies. Alright, autopilot's off. It looks like we're coming in just a tad high. We're stable, target, sync 9. Good to land.
100 above.
Oh, it's a displaced threshold. That's awesome.
Minimum.
Alrighty, continuing.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Ooh, that was hard. But, spoilers are deployed. 80. 60. Manual braking. Excellent, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Buffalo. What a firm landing that was. Kind of just fell out the sky there. I don't know what happened, but, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. Alrighty, we'll make that left-hand turn off here, and we'll taxi on down to the end of the terminal. So we'll take Alpha right on back up. Alpha? Are Alpha and Bravo the same? Are they parallel taxiways? We'll just take Alpha. Then we'll turn into the ramp whenever we see fit. Excellent. Flaps up. Brake directors off. LS push buttons off. Let's go ahead and get the APU going. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I never realized I didn't have that on all the way. That's okay. Excellent. This aircraft, for some reason, just doesn't want to move anywhere. Come on now. You're not that heavy A319. You should be able to move under your own power there. Like I said, we were going to park at the end. I should probably get GSX going, eh? Let's see. 20, let's call it 22. How about that? So, go over here, GSX. Gates, yeah. 22. There you go. No. Oh, okay. Cool story, I guess. It's on that diagonal. It did load, right? Kind of hard to tell from here if it actually loaded or not. I don't see. Yeah, okay. There they are. I cannot see your wands. That's a terrible way to marshal. There you go. That looks like an X to me. Excellent. The brakes are set. The fast seatbelt sign can be turned off. Engine master, the APU is going. Engine master 2 off. Engine master 1 off. Go up overhead. We can get the fuel pumps off. There we go. Yeah, we can turn the beacon light off. Excellent. Little curtsy. Little bow. Little salute. Yeah. Little wave and salute. Excellent. Let's go ahead and check our fluids. Looks good. Hydraulics are looking good. No weird status messages, and we haven't bled any oxygen. So that looks good. Let's go ahead and check our company message for our official arrival time here of 13:52. So there we go. We'll go ahead and return. I'll go ahead and get the replay stopped. There we go. Excellent. And I can go ahead and what we'll do is we'll disconnect from that sim real quick. I'll go ahead. Let's flip over or fly live for our turn there. We're going to be going from Buffalo to Detroit. There we go. That looks good. One more thing. Let's go ahead and open the door. There we go. There they are. Deep cleaning. Let's go ahead and unload our iPad here. So get rid of this flight. That looks good. I'll bring you over to the home. That looks good there. Let me do the same thing on my charts app over here. And what I'll do now is we'll go ahead and we'll do a new flight. There we go. Let's see. Oh, I'll put our turn music on as well. We got 14,000 pounds on board. Okay. Alright, new flight plan has been created. Let's go ahead and file this on the BatSims. There we go. It has been filed. Let's go ahead and re-import our flight plans. There we go. I like it. Here's a 2-1 there. All right, let's come over here to our flight pad. View our flight plan here. Alrighty, this is Buffalo, Detroit. That is the correct order. Donio for the Top Gun 2. Let's go ahead and import from Sunbrief. We'll go Buffalo, Detroit. That's the correct order. We'll depart off of runway 23. That looks good. We got the star, the Top Gun 2, and our approach is going to be 21 left. So we'll do a visual backed up with the ILS to runway 21 left. So we'll do that one. Excellent. So that all looks good there. Let's see what the Top Gun 2 arrival has us doing. So interception 280 knots. Okay, so it's a descend until we intercept 280 knots, and then we got righter. Then from there, we'll just righter. Is there a transition? There is a transition. So we'll transition straight from that into the ILS. How about that? That makes it very easy. Excellent. So, with that, let's go ahead and mass and balance. We only got a few people left. Excellent. Let's go into perform. Nope, I want initialization. There we go. We'll do an init request. Let's do. I think I was already there. Just need a Buffalo, Detroit. That looks good. And then I'll wait until we import, or until we start boarding. Let's see. I want a tablet. There we go. So we're going to be Delta Airlines 3318. I didn't. Oh, I did not. Let's reconnect. Delta Airlines 3318. There we go. And we got our auto ATC squawk. Please squawk 5206. So yeah, 5206. That's what it is. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and do that then. I'll go ahead and put that in now before I forget. 5206. Excellent. We'll throw that in there. Am I still squawking mode C? Yeah, I am. Alright, so we'll throw that in there. Our cost index is going to be 23. We're cruising at 24,000 feet. I said deviation is -4, so 41 again. And the current temperature in Buffalo, I think we said it was 4 degrees. No, don't want to deboard the crew. Alrighty, so that's all done. Let's go ahead and re-import. Excellent. We'll dismiss that. Let's go ahead and load aircraft. GSX boarding only. No, don't mess with my fuel. The fuel has been planned. The fuel has been planned. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and I was checking out the temperature. There we go. 4. Alrighty. Yeah, how are you ready for pushback if there's no tug? Riddle me that one. Let's see. No alternate this time. On our second page here, for init B, we want a 0 fuel weight of, well, I should be able to bring it up from the load sheet. Yep. There we go. 0 fuel weight of 120.4. So we'll do that. 120.4 with a CG of 29.8. 29.8. There we go. Block fuel looking at 14. 14,000 pounds. Let's go ahead and zero out the route reserve. Excellent. From Buffalo, there's not much we're going to be doing. So 2-3, no SID, or let's do the Buffalo 8. There's not really anything on the Buffalo 8. If I look here at our charts, the Buffalo 8 is just like a radar vector SID. So that's all it is. So we'll do that. We'll insert that. Detroit. It's the Top Gun arrival, but we're going to be going in from Donio. So ILS to runway 21 left. Did I miss it already? Yeah, ILS 21 left. Star. Top Gun. Donio. Bridge Vias. Ryder. Yep, we'll go ahead and insert that. Let's go ahead and review the route while we're down here. Put you in plan. 10 nautical miles. Excellent. So from here, it's radar vectors. Okay. I don't know why Buffalo is in there. Oh, is that on our flight plan, I guess? Buffalo? Yeah, Buffalo direct. Okay. So we'll go Buffalo, then Donio. And then from Donio to Viper. Viper to Goose. Goose to Wolfman. It's going to be at about flight level 240, 280 knots. Then we have MAV. Then Top Gun between 11 and 14, 280 knots. Then Hollywood between 8 and 10. Chester. Yeah. Chester. I don't know. It's going to be at 7,000 feet. Then you have Ghost is going to be at 7,000 feet, 210 knots. And then you have Ryder is at 7,000 feet, 210 knots. From there, we'll go in at Toffee. So we have Toffee is going to be at about 5,200. That looks good. Let me go ahead and hide this real quick. Excellent. Then we have, what is that? Gives at about 5,000 feet. Then Count at above 5,000 feet as well. Then Tigers at about 5,000 feet as well. Then Roby. Again at about 5,000 feet. And then Wallace is going to be at about 4,000 feet. And Nesby at above 3,000 feet. Pukul at or above 2,000 feet. And from Pukul to the runway, 4 miles, 3-degree glide slope. That adds up to about 4 miles. It's a 3-degree glide slope. For the missed approach, proceed to 1100 on a 122 course to gauge and hold. So climb to 1100, climb left turn to 4,000 outbound on 122 to gauge and hold. Continue to climb and hold. Excellent. So all of that has been reviewed and briefed. Let's go ahead and get some wins, shall we? Wins are in. And let's go ahead and see if we can get some performance data. We will sync the preliminary load sheet, 136. If we add 2,000 pounds, 0.0, that looks good. We won't do any headwinds, no credit for headwinds. There we go, that looks good. We'll calculate that out. That's a flaps 1 flex again. Go ahead and send that down to the McDo. Let's see, next phase. Oh, I don't need that. I want performance. There we go. That all looks good. We'll go next phase, and next phase. Descent, we want 280 knots in the descent. That's according to the star. And we'll go ahead and copy the active flight plan since we do not have a emergency or an EO SID that we need to follow. We have Ed E. How are you doing? Welcome, Ed E. Big cheers to you. He says, good evening folks. Eddie, hopefully you're doing well. Been thinking about you since the last time I saw you pop into a stream. So hopefully all is well. Hopefully you are in good spirits, and the job search is going well for you there. Big cheers to you. I have this evening, our drink of choice is going to be a sour apricot peach. So have that I have been slowly, when I say slowly, I mean very slowly, sipping on. And I might, while we wait on the boarding process to finish up here, I might go downstairs, refresh it real quick. Alrighty, so that is all set up. Now we can brief our Ghost FO. But before we do that, let's go ahead, make sure our IRs are aligned. Let's get the recorded ground control on. Our EFIS is currently set. All the EFISs are set there. Park and brake is on. That's good. ACP, RMP look good. Let's go ahead and double check the position of Buffalo. Make sure it has the correct airport. It's gonna take it a minute to load there. We're looking for 4256.4. We got 4256.2. We're looking for 078 43.8. 078 43.8 looks good. ND looks appropriate. Let's go ahead and get the flight directors back on, so that way we have V1, V2, climate nav blue, flight directors 1 and 2. We do not need to check the oxygen, and we can brief our Ghost FO. So Ghost FO, are you ready for a briefing? Yep. Excellent. Do you have any threats? No major threats except this hotspot of Delta Alpha 32 and 23. Yeah, it's not too big of a threat, since we'll be going straight across Alpha, crossing 32 down to the end. That's what I plan on my taxi route being. We'll push back, we'll taxi down to Alpha. What I'll do, since it's a pretty short taxi out, is we'll probably start it up. We'll do the before takeoff checklist, and then we'll head on out. We'll blast off of 2-3. It's going to be an assigned heading up to our altitude of 24,000 feet. Standard reject considerations. Any questions about what we need to reject for? That's supposed to be 24. Nope. Excellent. Well, in the event of an engine failure after V1, we'll continue straight ahead to about 4,000 feet. Clean up the aircraft, run the ECAB, and plan on a emergency return back to Buffalo. We need more runway. Rochester is not too far down the road. Otherwise, we'll continue out, get radar vectors to Donio. What I'll probably do is just go direct to Donio when I feel like it. Flight level 240 is the top altitude. Our departure frequency, we are on Unicom 122.8. That is Detroit CTAF there, so that's good in the standby. And we're squawking 5206. I think, let me double check that squawk one more time. 5206. Yep. So that's what we got. Excellent. Do you have any questions? Nope, no questions. Excellent. We didn't get any fuel on this one, since we got fuel through, so let's go ahead and turn the fuel pumps back on. Let's get the APU bleeder going. Wow, I did not have the APU bleeder on. Let's get the fast seatbelt sign on. Double check our ACAM here, so we have fuel on board. It is balanced. Pumps are on. Hydraulic fluids look good. Pressurization is auto with the landing elevation, and our engine oil looks good there. Let's go ahead and put you back into like performance. There we go. Put you on a per page. Eddie says, thank you. Oh, you remembered? Yes, I do remember. Yeah, things are good. Right now I'm using DoorDash for, and hey man, that is good for you. It's a great way to, you know, get a little bit of cash there. So it's glad you get something going for you right now, and that makes me really happy to hear. That really does make me happy to hear. So keep your spirits up. I'll continue to think about you there, Eddie. All right, so let me cancel that right there, and we're just waiting to finish boarding up there. I'm gonna use the lavatory real quick before we leave. So, are you the last passenger? Alrighty, let me make this quick then, because I think they're pretty much almost done being boarded up. But I'll be right back. Quick lavatory break, and I'll be right back. Alright, there we go. Let's, we can go ahead and silence the music there. Looks like we are all done being boarded up. Door is closed. Let's go ahead and get the beacon light on so we can get the emergency exit, or the emergency exit armed. Alrighty, I don't think we're really in icing conditions now. Come on. I got 4 armed doors, so we can close that up. Make sure that the light goes out, that the open light goes out. Got 4 armed doors. We have our PANTS. That looks good. Let's retrieve our company message real quick. Final load sheet, accept that. And the beacon light is on before we start checklist. Recorder ground control is on. Flight forms and maintenance log airborne, on board reviewed aircraft 333. Fuel quantity 14.0 required, 13.9 on board. Takeoff performance, we have 137, 137, 141, flex 65. Oxygen checked, seatbelt sign on, ECAM checked, park brake is on and checked, MCDU is set, altimeters 3003, and departure briefing is reviewed. The before start checklist is complete. Are they ready to go down there? Hold on. Do I gotta disconnect the GPU again? No, the GPU is disconnected. Okay. Let's go ahead and release the brakes and see if we'll go backwards. No. Oh. Here, I'll bring this up. Continue pushback. There we go. I was wondering, do you request de-icing treatment? No. Okay. We'll do nose left. Excellent. Now we can release the parking brake. Let's go down to the middle here. We are not remotely in icing conditions. So zero fuel weight of 120.5, 120.5, and we have a CG of 29.8. Again, balanced aircraft. There we go. So I am not giving 2 Fs because the ramp is not icy, so I does not care. All right, here we go. Wrong side. There we go. Yeah, like I'm not hearing the low groan of the engine start either. And now it's starting to come in. The Fenix really is a great airplane, Eddie. It really, really is. I was saying earlier today, I noticed that the low groan of the engines was missing and the sound. So I think it's a known bug with 2024, but you know, technically in 2024, Fenix is in beta. So you take the good with the bad. It still flies insanely well. Alrighty, and for some reason GSX made it exactly so that that person hides behind the pillar from the default view. It's like the weirdest thing ever, but there it is. There's the pin. Oop, wrong one. Bye. Alrighty, so they're walking away. Yeah, they're walking away. Alrighty. Flaps 1. Excellent. After start checklist. Alright, the engine anti-ice we do not need. The status is checked. The rudder trim is 0. After start checklist is complete. I said we were going to do a before takeoff checklist, so let's just go ahead and swing the flight controls right here. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudders. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Somewhere right about there. Excellent. Let's go ahead and do a before takeoff checklist, shall we? Flaps, we have 1 planned and 1 indicated. Takeoff data and speeds are all checked. Weight. Looking at 134.4. Oops, I went the wrong way. and 134.0. So that looks good. Stab trim 28.3%, and we're looking at 28.3%. Excellent. Flight controls are checked. Decam memo takeoff. Cabin blue. The before takeoff checklist is to the line. Yes, Eddie. Yes. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So, that's what I've been using now for almost exclusively for the last month or so. I want to say maybe a little bit longer than the last month or so. But yeah, that's literally the only simulator I've used for a little bit of time now. Let's go ahead and see the flight attendants. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff. So, in real life, when you're gonna have like a really short taxi like that, one, you'd let the flight attendants know, but also two, we just don't indiscriminately get on the PA while they're doing their demo. So like when you press that PA switch out, if they're still making a PA, you can hear it. So you typically just wait for them to finish their PA, because our PA will override their PA. This is not a heavy airplane. Why is this not going anywhere? Ready. We'll cross 1-4 here on Alpha. We'll continue down to the end. Crossing runway 14. Eddie, so if you want to get the Fenix to work in 2024, well, obviously, first off, you have to have Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, but in the Fenix installer, they actually have another tab. No, it's not another tab. It's right below it. So they'll have, if you update your Fenix installer to the latest version, the installer will have an install button for 2020, or an update button for 2020, and an install or update button for 2024, and that's the one you want to use to get it to work in 2024. So that's how I have it done right now. And then if you go on to the Fenix forums, if you have any install issue, the Fenix forums has it. It says it in the beta. They will say it in their forums that if you're using the Fenix in FS 2024, that it is a beta copy, beta mode, whatever you want to call it. So they do not at all advertise that that it will be fully functional, and it doesn't. There are some bugs, some glitches. Like I said, I did notice there's a sound glitch, at least on this stream today. So, but it's not like really killing my immersion. So, I'm not too worried about it, and it's a known bug. So. Once they fully get everything integrated into 2024, I'm sure the Fenix will be working like its beautiful self. And they should have an update coming. I have no clue when, but they're calling it the Big Fenix Update, BFU, where it should be fully 2024 compatible there. So, yeah. Let's see. I'll go ahead and bring it to a stop right just here. We'll run the checklist below the line because I completely forgot to do that. Righty then. So, below the line, runway and FMS. Runway 23 in the box on my screen and out the window. That is checked. Minimum takeoff fuel. And something crazy, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 13.3. That's actually kind of a lot. 13.3 required, 13.7 on board. Flight attendants are notified. Engine mode is norm. TCAS is TARA. Before takeoff checklist is complete. The final does appear to be clear. The whole runway appears to be clear. Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and get this party started, shall we? Buffalo traffic at Delta 3318 will be departing runway 23. We'll be departing the pattern to the west. Buffalo traffic. Alrighty, so we'll do that. And we'll go ahead and enter, or we'll take off on runway 23. Owls FS says, "Hey, hello, Owls, how are you doing? Welcome. Glad you're able to jump on by, even if it's just for a minute there. Big cheers to you, my friend. I have been sipping on some sour apricot peach, so big cheers to you. This one's for you, Owls. Welcome." Says, "Great airline choice, if I do say so myself." You know, Owls, I really thought you were a huge Frontier guy, Owls. I didn't realize that you're such a Delta fan. Let me give you that livery, that outside shot, just one more time. There you go. This is just for Owls right here. Terrible lineup. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Let's get the good side. There we go. Excellent. Alright, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Let's go half down on the side stick. 50% on the thrust. Beautiful. Flex. Thrust set. $80 checked. V1 rotate. Positive rate, gear up. That's why you're biased there, Owls. Lived in Atlanta your whole life, okay. You gotta choose the hometown airline. There we go. Climb is set. Buffalo traffic. Delta 3318 will be departing the pattern to the west. Buffalo traffic. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and go direct to Donio. Looks good. Insert that. Get that going. Alzef says, "Oh yeah, where you based out of, if you don't mind me asking? I am based out of the USA. Owls, the USA. Sorry, bud. Not gonna answer that one. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get the autopilot on there. And we'll go flaps up after takeoff checklist. However, there might be like a secret little message in a stream here once Fenix gives a drops that BFU. There might be a little hint about where I work coming with that BFU. And all I'm gonna say is B7. Ooh, I forgot to turn the engine anti-ice on. Oopsies. No one saw that. No one saw that. We are not collecting, we're not accumulating ice. We're not falling out the sky. And just as quick as we were in it, we are out of it. We can go ahead and turn the engine anti-ice off. There you go, owls. We are through 10,000 feet. Excellent. All of that is done. We can go ahead and let's get some in-flight entertainment going. I'll bring the simulator volume back down to a more reasonable level. There we go. Excellent. Just stopping in though, man. Have a great stream and rest of your afternoon. And thank you very much, Alice, for just popping in real quick. Really do appreciate you stopping on by. If you all are here at E, it seems like you are part of the Owls FS community. But feel free to stop on over to Owls FF. Give him a like, a subscribe. He is one of the most funny personalities out there. He definitely does have an insanely funny personality. Love watching his streams. So go ahead, go on over there, give him a like, give him a subscribe, and sit back and just have some fun on the stream. Thanks, Owls FFs. Don't know why I pressed that button. Oh, that's on. We're through 15. We'll get a few thousand feet before we get to transition altitude there. Ow, your ears. Alright, bring that down just a little bit. There you go. You know who's someone glad he's back. He's been gone for a few weeks now. Is Captain Jack Flight Sim. He took a little hiatus there. He's back live and streaming as well. And while we're on a climb out here, so, see if we can drop in, see what he is up to right now. It's a short flight. Didn't want to Oh, he has already done streaming. Oh, there's no way. Okay, I did not realize his stream has come and gone already. Am I really that it is that late at night? Eddie says, yep, I watch owls all the time. Oh, wow, awesome, Eddie. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, he is one character. I love watching owls. I didn't realize the stream was so late. That's the only, the biggest downside of streaming so late at night. Uh-oh. You know what I did? I think it was I have got to uncouple my joystick, not my joystick, but my gamepad. Let's go ahead and do that, shall we? Gotta uncouple my there's it controls something. I'm not too sure what it's controlling, but obviously it's controlling something in the airplane. So let's go transition standard once, twice, and thrice. We can go ahead and get the wing light off, and we can get the seatbelt sign turned off because we will not be in cruise for too long. So we'll go ahead and do that. But yeah, I was getting ready to say the biggest downside about having these streams that start at, you know, later in the evening or afternoon, depending on where you are, morning if you're in certain parts of the world, but is they kind of go pretty late in the day for those who are East Coasters. If you're West Coasters, not as much. And obviously, if you're European, then it's in the absolute middle of the night. So, which was very interesting when I did all my European stuff, because since it's the dead middle of the night over there, there was hardly anyone ever online in terms of other traffic, one. And then two, you never had air traffic control online, because why be online if no one's going to be online? Let's see. Indy Center and Jack Center are the only two centers online right now, which is perfectly fine. Okay. So it looks like we won't have any ATC coverage on the way into Detroit. I'm perfectly okay with that. Yep. He'll be a pilot at some point. Excellent. Yeah, I know he's in school. For sure. So, I mean, not a bad career choice at all, if I do say so myself. Hopefully, he will get to fly for the airline of his dreams, that being his hometown airline. He gets home back to his hometown, and he has to fly for the airline of his dreams. Let's see. This sound is all over the place right now. It's too loud. It's too soft. It's on the left ear. It's on the right ear. I guarantee you if I switch sides. So, yeah, it does switch sides of audio too. It's going from left to right, since it doesn't have that bass filling anything in. Very interesting. Huh. All right. Well, that is what it is, you know. Well, Eddie, I'm sure you know as well that Max Racing is also getting his pilot rating. So right now he's working on his private. So he's getting there. It's the slow grind, you know. But well, when it's all said and done, it is absolutely completely worth it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, that would be great, right? Right? I think the gold bars and the Delta cap will suit him just fine. As long as he's flying Airbus. If he goes over and starts flying Boeing, I don't know, man. I might have to unsub right there. Yeah, I don't know if Max Racing is still in the chat, but hopefully if he is, How far are you to finishing there, Max Reason? Because last you told me you had just did your solo after like at least 2 solid months of just terrible weather. You finally got to do your solo, so hopefully your primary training is progressing along there quite nicely. Let's see, I get the ILS 21 left. That has popped up on the screen. We are cruising along here at 24,000 feet. Seatbelt sign is off. Let's go ahead and get the LS push buttons on. We have the enter destination data, so let's enter some destination data, shall we? Let's see, come down here. Flights, Detroit, and weather. There we go. They're still using 2-1 left and right, or 2-1 left and 2-2 right. So that's good. 260 at 3. So first of all, we reviewed this, so we're good there. Rad nav. We have IEJR. Frequency 111.5. So we have IEJR 111.5. On approach course 216. That looks good. 3-degree glide slope. Progress page here. Let's go Detroit. I'm looking for Detroit. Beautiful. Runway 21 left. Yeah, 21 left. I forgot the runway there for a second. Let's see. Let's go to the approach page here. Altimeter is going to be 3010. So I'll set that there. 3010. Now, the one thing that the Fenix doesn't do that it really should be doing with its VNAV profiles is not taking into the account the local altimeter setting. So that's why you put the local altimeter setting in here. So like every time you put in a number here, it's recalculating its VNAV path. So and that's why it wants to know what the local altimeter setting is, so it can recalculate its descent, so that when you go through transition altitude and you change from standard to whatever the local altimeter is, you're not crazy high or crazy low on your descent profile. It has figured that into its planning, and it will stay right on profile the entire way down. So that's something I noticed that it's not really incorporating the Fenix there. Let's see. Let's hide you. Oh, winds. Wow. The winds were 260 at 3. Right? Am I got the right ones? Yeah. Sweet. So hardly any wind at all. Minimums are 832. Excellent. We'll do full flaps, low auto brakes again. So there we go. There's our backwards Z. We don't need to worry about the double D. And we can ask our Ghost FO over here if he's ready for a briefing. Yep. Alrighty then. Excellent. What are your threats? Threats, it's a short flight and lots of restrictions on the arrival. But it's all been reviewed, so, or not on the arrival, but on the ILS. That hooks right in. A lot of stuff there. We'll be flying around at 5,000 feet for literally ever. That's okay. All right. Yeah, well, there's not a lot of threats coming in here, but a handful of crossing restrictions here. Well, we got the Top Gun 2 RNAV arrival will descend until we reach 280, which we're pretty much at, and then from there we'll cross Wolfman at or above 240, which is what we're at now. So the arrow is past Wolfman, so that's good. And 280 knots. The bottom side is righter at 7,210 knots. Plan on doing a visual. We'll back it up with the ILS to runway 21 left. The chart is 11-5. They did 4 October 19. Let's use full flaps. low auto brakes should we go missed. Plan on doing a soft go around with the tower sign heading in altitude. If they give us the published miss, then we'll fly the published miss. It's in the box. I verified it. When we do land, it's going to be a right-hand turnoff. I'm thinking Juliet or Tango, one of the two. And we can take that right on in, and we'll park like somewhere right here. Won't waste our time trying to taxi all the way back up around and park. So that's pretty quick. Juliet, right on in. Easy, squeezy, lemon peasy. Questions? Nope. Alrighty. Excellent. You know, I was just thinking of when it comes to like none of those were the buttons I wanted. When it comes to like doing your briefings up here, right? Like, you know, a lot of people will do like it's gonna be a left seat takeoff or it's gonna be a right seat takeoff. I'm like, so unless you have two captains that are dual seat qualified to sit in either seat, and i.e. two check airmen, you really don't need to say which seat it is. The person doing the briefing is the one doing the takeoff. They're going to be sitting in the seat that they sit in. So I never got the reason behind saying it'd be a left seat takeoff or a right seat takeoff, other than purely saying it so that it's on the CVR. So in the event that something happens, there's no doubt who was the pilot flying and who was the pilot monitoring. That would be the only thing I can think of in terms of like why you would say left seat, right seat. Otherwise, whoever's listening to the CVR will be able to determine what voice is what voice. It's pretty easy to do. So, yeah. Just thought I'd let you know. This is one of the 100,000 pet peeves that we pilots have. I, as a pilot, have. We got a million pet peeves, you know. My biggest gripe, my biggest pet peeve, hands down when it comes to flying at least, is when you're screaming down the runway at 100 knots and ATC is trying to give you turn off instructions and taxi instructions, and you're like, can you please, like, I'm trying to stop a 170,000 pound airplane from going off the end of the runway. Could you please like not talk in my ear while I'm doing that? Thank you very much. Like, we will turn off the runway where we turn off the runway. You have no control over that. Sorry. I know it's in your title to be a controller, but you have no control over that. Huge pet peeve of mine. So sometimes when I do have a controller in the jump seat, because they are allowed to ride the jump seat, they have to have like observation flights and stuff like that to see how things operate in the real world, right? They really only ever see things from the tower's perspective, so it gives them a different insight into, you know, what happens on the flight deck. And a lot of times they will ask like, oh, what do you hate most that we do? And I will say exactly that. Please don't talk to me while I'm trying to stop the airplane on the runway. So, and the ones that I've had in my jump seat, they completely understand. They're like, I haven't had many. I've had 2 tops, and both of them said the same thing. Like, they definitely do not want to say anything to an aircraft trying to land, because it makes it hard for you to concentrate on what you're doing and think about instructions. And then on top of that, like, not only you're thinking about the instructions they've given you, you're thinking about, they just told me to turn off on a taxiway. Where is that taxiway? Is that the next one? Or is it 2 down? Or is it the 1, or is it 3 down? Like, so it introduces a lot of extra stress into the flight deck that you just simply don't need. I do not know why I keep hitting that button, but we're at the top of descent. So with that, let's go ahead and set 7,000 feet, and we can manage that on up. We'll go ahead and manage and bring a little bit of the speed brakes out, since I did pass that top of descent point there. Like to do it nice and slow, even though in a simulator I could just slap the speed brakes out, right? Like, if I slap the speed brakes out right now, the airplane, being an Airbus, it doesn't immediately do it. It slowly throws it all out. I love the airplane. Eddie says, so how many days a week do you fly? I currently sit on reserve. I like sitting on reserve, so it's my reserve days are generally about 4 to 5 days a week. And mind you, I don't get used all the time, so there could be days or weeks that I just don't fly. So it's around about there. If I had a schedule, a flying schedule, then I guess I can put that back on. Don't need to do that. Then it would probably be about the same, about 4-ish days a week that you would work, plus or minus 1. So unless you're top of the list, then you get your turns, and that's about it. You say it's a good thing they ride along sometimes, so they say, yeah, the 100%. I think that's definitely why they are allowed to ride the flight deck. And again, it's not like they just, a lot of times they are going somewhere, right? Like, so they're trying to like ride to go see family or go on vacation somewhere, and so they'll ride the jump seat. But it's not just like it's a free ride to go somewhere. Like, they actually have paperwork to fill out and like talk about their experience and what they learned and all that stuff. So it is, and I mean, that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a learning tool, right? Rightfully so. So they should be filling out something to say, this is what I learned on my jump seat observation flights. So it definitely is. I see it as a good thing. I wish more would do it, because like I said, the entire time I've been a pilot, I've had a handful of dispatchers observe, because dispatchers are jump seat authorized personnel. So I've had a few dispatchers observe, and literally just 2 air traffic controllers. So it's just something, if it happens, it's so rare that you actually see it. Let's see, we are transition 3010. Excellent. Why am I not getting an alert from Auto ATC? The Cleveland Center advises descend via the Top Gun to arrival. Okay. 3010. Okay. That's kind of cool. So I guess the Auto ATC will give you a squawk code, but then it will also tell you like when to descend. So I think that's kind of cool. And a little bit of AI technology there, FatSim, that you guys are using. I have no clue, but that's actually really cool. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I agree, Eddie. I agree. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get the seatbelt sign on, wing lights on, and our destination. What? It's. How did it drop? Oh, did I not put a temperature in? I don't think I put a temperature in. Let's go ahead and do that now, shall we? The temperature is going to be 8. Now it's set. We'll do status. Excellent. Descent checklist. Altimeters 3010. Auto brake is low. Preferred approach page is now set. Arrival briefing is reviewed. Top Gun to arrival. Visual approach backed up with the ILS to runway 21 left. Status is checked. Descent checklist is complete. Cleveland is my home airport. Awesome. Eddie, that's actually really cool. Let's see, Cleveland. It's been a while since I've been in that area up there. I'm trying to think. Oh, you know what? It's been a while, but I do remember Cleveland for one thing. And no, it's not the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I have not gone there yet, but the cleanest downtown I have ever seen. Like, I've seen the signs that were like, oh, we have a really clean downtown. But, like, no, they really mean it. Like, you will not pass by one piece of trash on the street. Like, it absolutely amazing how clean Cleveland keeps its downtown. Let's go ahead and check out this company message real quick. We'll clear that so I don't have any messages here. I do not care about that. Atsu, AOC menu, received messages, Delta Ops. There we go. We'll return. All right. Excellent. Looks like between 14 and 11. Excellent. Perfect. We are descending very well here. Maybe I'll put on the engine anti-ice. There we go. The water masking in 2024 looks so good though. Those rivers look very much lifelike. Not just like they're like a picture on the ground. Beanie Baby Gaming, hello. How are you doing, Beanie Baby? Welcome. Glad you were able to join the stream as we descend into Detroit. Big cheers to you there, buddy. Drink of the night is the sour apricot peach. There we go. Beanie Baby Gaming has just subscribed. Thank you very much for the subscription. Really do appreciate it, Beanie Baby Gaming. Welcome to the channel. Like I said, Eddie, I don't know if you are in like Cleveland proper, downtown Cleveland proper, or whatever it is. Let's go ahead and seat the flight attendants. Flight attendants, prepare for landing. Yeah, we'll go. Turn on all of our lights, switch on over. I'm gonna do it now. Forget about it. There we go. That way I can listen in and see if there's anyone in the pattern here. But yeah, Eddie, I don't know if you're like in like are in down proper like downtown Cleveland, or if you are in Cleveland proper general, or if that's just the closest big airport to you. But yeah, get good on Cleveland for having such an amazing downtown. Looks like this restriction is made as long as we are above 8,000 feet. We should be good there. Next restriction is Chester. Chester? It's Chester, right? So I don't know how you would say CHZTR, because it's Chester. That's the one of the instructors. I don't know. Okay, so you see you're south about 40 miles or so. Let's see. There's Cleveland. Okay. Are you closer to Akron? Because I know that whole area, like, so Cleveland's right on the water, but like, as soon as you start heading away from the water, you're like in the Akron and Canton area. Or are you in between like Cleveland and Akron? What is this? I see. So what I'm looking at is this little chart here. So there's Medina Municipal. So Medina, I'm assuming Medina is the name of the city here probably, because this is Akron. So I'm guessing this is Medina, and this is Cleveland suburbs, I would say. LOL. Yep. Okay. Right on. Right on. Have not been to the Akron area. Ooh, we crossed Big D. Okay, let's go ahead and get you back up to 250 knots, shall we? There we go. So we got 7,000. Let's go ahead and let's look. What is the bottom of their approach here? We want a Pukol at 2,000. So let's go ahead and do that. Pukol 2,000. Oh, I guess I need to do 210 knots, shouldn't I? All right, we'll do that. This is jerking me all over the place. All right, there we go. Yeah, Pukol 2,000 makes it easy. We'll go ahead and manage everything up. Alt constraint. That looks good. BW Gaming Sense, I'm back. Is this VATSIM? Yes, I am on VATSIM as well. Did you add my sub to that count? Yes, so the sub count automatically updates. So I don't have to do anything there. It just automatically updates. It's connected directly to YouTube, so I don't really have to do anything there to change my sub count. So really do appreciate that sub. Hopefully you enjoyed the little sub alert there. I hope the sound came out. I haven't gotten really too many subs like that, so I don't know how well it works. Let me know. Give me a little bit of feedback if that volume was just perfect for you all. All right, let's see here. We are not slowing down at all, but that is quite all right. What I'm going to do So we're going to get the replay started again. Replay number 2. There we go. We'll go ahead and get that started. It is a recording. Excellent. We'll get the in-flight entertainment paused there. Excellent. And what I'll probably do... Yeah, let's go ahead and make our call. What are we... 20-mile final? Yeah, just about. Detroit traffic, Delta 3318 is on a 20-mile final. Runway 21 left, Detroit traffic. Alrighty, so I haven't heard anyone. I think the area is, for the most part, clear. We're going to be at 5,000 feet for quite some time. Let's go ahead and go flaps 1. We're VFE next minus 10, speed verified. Wow, that is insane. An insane glare. Let's go ahead and turn that down. Much better. Much better. We're below the cloud, so I don't need these anymore. We'll go ahead and turn those off. We're pretty far out. We're 23 miles out. I'll give it a little bit before I actually arm the approach here. In fact, I'll wait for the glide slope to pop out before I actually do. How are you at 5,000 feet? So are you talking to Eddie when you say, were you near Akron? No, he says he's near Akron. We're at 5,000 feet because if we look here, we have the minimum altitude, 5,200, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. 5,000. So, and then here going inbound to Tigers, so it's all the way 5,000 all the way to Robbie, then 4,000 to Ballas, Nesby's at 3,000, Pukel's at 2,000. So the VNAV just took us all the way down to 5,000. It's a very long set of 5,000 feet, but it is what it is. 5,000 is the bottom. So I'm not worried about it. I just ruined my Discord and now I need to make a new one. Oh no. When you say ruined, how did you ruin it? What is that S on the speed tape? Good question. So S speed is just a characteristic speed. So technically right now, since I do have slats out, I could slow down to S speeds. That's the speed it wants to fly around at with slats out. So I could do that and do that all the way. We call those characteristic speeds. So you have a green dot, which is your clean speed. So that's the little, you'll see a lot of times a little green circle right about here. You have S speed, which is your slat speed. Then you have F speed, which is flaps. When you get the flaps, flaps 1, technically it's flaps 2, that will pop up there. That's the speed it wants to fly out, and then that will change based on 3 or full here. So you'll notice that it will start changing here in a second. In fact, let's go ahead and go to flaps 2 right now. So you see we want flaps 2, it's going to drop away, flaps are in transit, and then we should get an F speed popping up here very soon. Let's go ahead and do 170 knots. We're still in descent. Oh, yeah, let me go ahead and arm that up because that's a little ridiculous now. Alrighty, low capture, glide slope capture. We can set the missed approach altitude. Missed approach altitude is going to be 4,000 feet. 4,000 feet is set. So you see the F speed has now popped up. So technically, I am good from the equal sign all the way down to the F speed, which is why we have such a large range here. You definitely want to be right around, I always say 170 knots and flaps 2. You're in a really good position to be flying the aircraft there. You say I logged out and forgot the password. Oh my gosh. That is my biggest fear, Beanie Baby Gaming. Yeah, that is a real fear of mine. Like logging out and then not forgetting or not remembering the password. And yes, a real world pilot here on the Airbus series of aircraft, which is why my channel is almost overwhelmingly A320s. You'll see. Not like I don't have other aircraft. I do have the 777, get the A350. So the 777 is really my only Boeing aircraft. I got the A300, A310. That's really for, I haven't really gotten the edition that's made for 2024 yet for my and I, but that is what it is. Alrighty. We got the 2,500 foot alert. Let's go ahead and manage our speed up. So the other thing is, Eddie, if I manage my speed right now, it will slow me. So right now it's not going to do it. Let's go ahead and drop the gear so we get some drag out. If I can demonstrate this, it will slow all the way to F speed and it will maintain that characteristic speed. So like I was selecting the speed earlier to maintain S speed, if you manage your speed up and let the airplane control the speed, it will fly those speeds for you, so you don't have to worry about that. The other great thing too is if you're in managed speed like this and you go around for some reason, and for some unknown reason you retract the flaps 1 on the go around, the airplane knows this and it says, hey, you should be flying at S speed, so it will speed itself all the way back up to S speed. So it's a great little protection there. Fly-by-wire is absolutely amazing. All right, I'm not going to get too far behind. Let's go flaps 3. Excellent, flaps full. There we go. Before landing checklist, altimeters. We have 3010 crossing 1900, 1940. Engine mode is norm. Landing gear down and 3 green ECAM memo. Landing no blue before landing checklist is complete. I'll turn the volume up. I will see you all on the ground. Benny Baby Gaming, I will say I fly for an operator in the US. Yes. Alrighty. We're past 1,000 feet, stable. No 500 auto call out. That's okay. 500, we're stable target. Sync 7. I got the Pappies in sight. Here we go.
Hundred above. Minimum. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
In with this, it feels like I'm having to like yank the control all the way back just to get a flare going. All right. $80. $60. We'll go ahead and we'll turn off here, manual braking. Excellent. So slow down a little quicker than I thought we would. That is quite all right. We'll turn right on Whiskey 2, left on Whiskey. We'll join Juliet to the gate. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Motor City. Excellent. Whenever our first officer is ready, flaps up. Nice landing. It's thank you very much, Eddie. I still struggle with the flare in the Fenix, and maybe I need to switch. Well, no, my sight sticks in linear, so I should be getting the best. We will see. I am definitely looking forward to the BFU because they collected literally thousands and thousands of landings to see what the side stick input feels like, and so they're really confident in their flare logic now. So it should feel a lot more natural. So when that drops, I am definitely, yeah, I'll be getting, you know, a ton of landings in to see how it feels compared to the old logic. My expectation being that it will be greatly improved. Won't have to yank the side stick back just to get a flare going on this aircraft. So, you know, I need more practice with my landings. A lot of times I'm left or right of center. I mean, same here. The biggest thing driving me off center line is the flare, and I say that because it's kind of my fault as well. My throttle setup is the detents for some reason are no longer synced, and it's like 2 millimeters off between. There's a 2 millimeter difference between the two detents from left and right, and so when I go to idle, that's exaggerated because one engine will spool back slightly quicker than the other one, since the detents are ever so slightly off. Because that idle detent is pretty much right on. It's when I get to the flex or the flex and climb detent, that's where I start getting a mismatch. So a lot of times on my landings, you'll see like right in the flare, the nose will start yawing one direction or the other direction, and that's why it's my throttles spooling down at an uneven rate that's causing that. Do you have Discord? A video to send you. There is a link in the description there, Beanie Baby Gaming, that you can join the Discord, my little Discord server there. It's not like a huge Discord server and a lot of people on it, but I do have one, and the link in the description of my landing in the Fenix and the 319. You need to yank the crap. Yeah, that's what. Okay, so I'm not the only one that feels that way, Beanie Baby Gaming. It is definitely definitely a flare logic issue with the Fenix. Okay, I said I wasn't gonna taxi too far. So Alpha 2, let's go ahead and do that. Did I turn the AP on? Yes, I did. Okay, GSX. Alpha 2. No. Delta. Yay. Alrighty, Alpha 2 is right here. Wait. You? Nope, that's Alpha 1. I've never done that before. Definitely have never tried to park in a different gate. Never. Alright, Alpha 2. I see it on the ground this time. Excellent. Lights are off, so we're not blinding our marshaller, and our marshaller is hidden behind a tug. That is airport scenery. Awesome. Well, at the very least, I have the little thing, and that's the reason why we have the things. I could just go in here and modify where he stands, but that's okay. Why would I do that? That's... Oh, there you are. Oh, okay. That was very sudden. There we go. Parking brake is set. APU is on and available, we can go ahead and shut down engine 2, shut down engine 1, go up top. That is not my up top button. Go up top. Let's go ahead and turn off our fuel pumps. And we can turn the beacon light off. Get a little salute from you, ma'am? Maybe? No? No, thank you. A little bow. You're welcome. You did a good job. Excellent. Gates coming on up. Let's go ahead and check our fluid levels again. 17.5. Hydraulics are all in the full range. No odd status messages. 1800 PSI on the on our oxygen there. Excellent. Just in some buttery clips. Okay. Let's see. We are deplaning. Yeah, we'll leave that as is. Mass and balance. Are you going to deplane? Okay. Passengers deboarding started. Have we started deplaning? Deboarding passengers now. I don't think you are. Oh, there they are. Okay. That it just took a minute for the passengers to show up. So let's go out here. Excellent. Cyber Kerbal says hello, how are you doing? How's the week been? It has been a fantastic week. Thank you very much, Cyber, for joining another live stream there. Yesterday, as you know, as you see, today is not Tuesday, but we're still turning and burning. Was out with a real good friend of mine yesterday for his birthday, and so festivities lasted a little bit longer than I thought it was gonna last, so I had to push the stream back last night to tonight, so I do apologize for that. But welcome. Big cheers to you. The drink of tonight is a sour apricot peach, so have been very slowly sipping on that. So this sip's for you. Thank you very much, Cyber. Let's see. Let me check my Discord real quick. Oh, let's see. What do we have here? Try to open this and... Oh. There we go. What do we have here? Landing in Costa Rica? Beautiful. Look at all those mountains. Man, that makes it so hard when you're flying right towards those mountains. That has to be a nasty crosswind. Look at that crab. Look at the crab angle there. Oh, we'll get some more in-flight entertainment going. Okay, let's see. Then we get another one. Mute if okay. Alrighty, here. I like the viewpoint. The viewpoint literally looks like... It literally looks like a plane spotter video. Ooh, the sync rate. The sync rate, Beanie Baby. Is this the Fenix? Beautiful. That was straight butter, Beanie Baby. Straight butter. I moved my little bar to the side, so it's, I gotta keep remembering where I need to click to do that. And I'm sitting here this entire time, and guess what's still rolling? The replay is. That's all right. We'll stop that recording. That should be landing number 2. You got another one into Calgary here. Oh, look at the wing flex there. Look at the wing flex there. Is that another crazy gusty day? You say all Fenix? Yeah, yeah. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Good job, man. It was a negative 64 landing. Wow. Let's see. Let me get your last one here that you sent. This one is into Cleveland. Oh, so this one is into Cleveland here. We'll say no. I'll bring that back up. All right. Let's bring that back up. Shoot. Another one just rolled right onto the runway. And that looks like some bad weather too in Cleveland. Oh yeah, it's raining sideways. Wow. Great videos, great videos. Beanie Baby. Let's go ahead, and I think they're done deplaning. I think they're done deplaning since they said, do you want to deplane the crew? I say no. We have 0 on board. Excellent. So let's go ahead and we'll close the door there. And what we shall do is we will do a panel state and ready. Activate. Oh no, Beanie Baby definitely left a sub, and I'll have to go back through and watch some of your videos, leave some likes on some of your videos there. Definitely Beanie Baby. Yeah, very good stuff, Beanie Baby. Let's see, why am I getting a ding? Because the door is still open, that's why. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and close that, shall we? Excellent. Door is closed. Right. It is what it is. Beacon on. Excellent. Now it's armed. All right, let's go ahead and get our replays going, shall we? Let me bring some things back up in a non-traditional order here. Oh, before I do the replay, ooh, I'm still connected to VetSim. Would not want someone to yell at me because I messed up their approach on VetSim there. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and load our first replay here. This is the landing in Buffalo. Wasn't the best landing, but you know, you take what you get. Let's go ahead and hit that play button there. Fast forward. Go ahead and let Buffalo load in. Oh, wow, you have 3 scheduled streams already. Wow. I do not have that much advance notice. My streams are more or less they're pretty much planned the night before type of deal. There we go. Looks like Buffalo has loaded in. Let's go inside, see what we can see there. You say Friday will be announcing my across the pond flight. Nice. Then Monday, new Korean Air A350 livery. Ooh, you're talking about that like reflective blue. I don't know what they call it. I call it like a reflective blue. I mean, that's what it is. Like a shiny blue. Absolutely love it. Okay, from the replay, it actually doesn't seem that bad. When you look at the replay, though, it doesn't look like it's that bad. The wings are flopping all over the place, but it doesn't look that bad, right? It didn't feel that bad from back here.
40, 30,
Don't sink.
20, retard,
Don't sink.
10,
Don't sink.
5,
Okay, it was still firm though. Not gonna lie, it was still firm. I gotta give myself a landing rate monitor.
Terrain.
Let's go. Yeah, outside. There's downtown Buffalo there. See if I can keep downtown Buffalo and view the entire replay. Tuesday or Wednesday contest for what JetBlue hub is the best. New York to Boston and JetBlue. Are those the only 2 options I get to choose? Is New York and Boston? Because I don't know if you've been in the terminal in Orlando, but that is nice. It was like as soon as the power came to idle, the airplane just came right out of the sky. All right. Ooh. All right. There we go. So let's go ahead and let's do that. Well, first, let me do this. All right. Now I can go backwards. Beautiful. I'm starting to perfect that. Getting a little better at it. Getting a little better at it. There we go. Excellent. So, with that, let's go ahead and load situation number 2, shall we? Oh, okay. Didn't realize it started it so late. Alright, that all looks like it's ready to go. Sweet deal. Do you know how to do plane spot? I do not know how to do the plane spotting views, actually. Let's see. So then Thursday I get out of school early to get ready for prom. Oh, enjoy your prom. 1:30 that day in Atlanta. It's 11:30. Okay. Right on. Well, it sounds like that's going to be one busy day Thursday. Alrighty. But no, I do not know how to do... Let me swap sides. There we go. I do not know how to do the flybys. I'll probably... If you have a link, shoot me the link. And I'll definitely give that video or tutorial or whatever it is a watch. That way I can learn how to do the flybys. Although, I kind of want to get this new Views app. I forgot what it's called. Is it Parallel 42 that designed it? Oh, that was absolutely beautiful. I think Parallel 42 made a okay, go to shoot for it, baby gamey. It is a 1 minute activity. Okay. Yeah, I know Parallel 42 made an app. I think it's called like Fly, something like that. And I kind of want to get that one actually. Chase Plane. Yes. Okay, Chase Plane. It has not come out yet. Oh, okay. I really want to get that when it comes out. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Glad this landing was a slightly better. I mean, the airplane still dropped out of the sky. I was yanking hard on the stick to get a flare to come in, and it just did not feel like it was coming in. Yeah, but I guess in the meantime, if Chase Plane isn't out, you got to do something. Yeah, you see how the airplane still just came right out of the sky? It's so weird that it does that. Let's see. Where was our touchdown? Right on the markers? Right on the 1,000. It doesn't get any better than that. Yeah, let's get the airport in the background there this time. Sweet deal. I need to hit you and then you. Because is it really a drone cam? Because like I'm in drone cam now, and I'm starting to learn what my different buttons on my controller do in my drone cam, and this view right now tracks the airplane. So my basic assumption, absolutely beautiful, which is what I could do here is we'll back this up. and then like do like could do like a here. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. We'll do like the end of the runway shot. My guess is this is how it's done. Don't quote me on that. We do like the end of the runway shot, which is like right just here. And then I can put the camera on the ground. Don't want this to be blocking it. There we go. Something like that. And then something like that. So is this the shot right now? Not too much in the grass. I don't want grass everywhere. Ugh. Why is the grass so tall? So I don't know why my grass is on. I turn grass off for that exact reason. Oh, love looking at that Delta logo right ahead, overhead. I don't know how to zoom in though. That's an issue. Oh well, what am I gonna do there? And what I'll do is I like to do that with my drone. Sweet. Alrighty. So we'll get rid of that and come back up front. So go to when you touch down, go to showcase, lock, get the plane into view and unlock, and then get the right view. And go to wherever you want the view from and go zoom the airplane. Plus and minus. Oh, plus and minus is the zoom. Okay, hold on. Let me go back out. Nope, oh, that plus and minus. Okay, it's not on the keypad or the numpad. That plus and minus. Okay. Learning has occurred. Thank you very much, Beanie Baby. Let's scroll you back little ways there. Excellent. Okay. Oh, clearly that's freaking out. I'll just get rid of that. Yeah. Excellent. We'll put this up front there. Well, hold on. Let me cancel this out. Alrighty. Thank you very much, Beanie Baby Gaming. I really do appreciate you joining me in the chat here. I'd like to give another special thank you to everyone who joined me in the chat this evening. We had Owls come in, Ed E, Beanie Baby Gaming, Max Racing, Aviation Edits. Thank you for everyone who came out tonight and made this such a great stream. I really do appreciate all of you all coming and sticking with me, even though I had to delay the stream. That is quite all right. Hopefully I want to do one more stream. So next week I'll be on vacation. I'll be in Cancun, so there'll be no streaming for me next week. But what I plan on doing is tomorrow, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna fly from the new DFW Payware Airport down to Cancun. I think that's what I want to do. Actually, no. I want to do some JetBlue Ops. It's going to be out of Orlando. Real world JetBlue Ops Orlando to Cancun. Well, I'd like to thank all of you all for joining me this evening. And I will definitely see you all tomorrow evening as we fly from Orlando to Cancun so I can go on vacation. Until I see you all again, please remember to take care of yourselves and each other. Until then, my name is Grey Eagle. Peace.